2017 BMW i8. BMW's i8 is a world-class, if a little quirky, supercar capable of delivering thoroughly impressive fuel economy. With the electrification of regular cars on the rise, it seems only natural that those further up the automotive chain begin to make use of electrons to improve both performance and fuel economy. The key, however, is maintaining the exotic allure of a supercar when integrating the electronics. In the case of the BMW i8, the exotic comes in the form of scissor-style doors and a carbon fiber passenger safety cell. The former adds some wow when the driver parks the i8 and the door rises gracefully. Now comes the job of exiting the cabin. Frankly, I did not find a way of climbing in or out with any real grace, although the latter did not feel as ungainly. At the heart of the i8 is a rear-mounted 1.5-liter, turbocharged 3-cylinder gasoline engine. It produces 228 horsepower and 236 pound-feet of torque and drives the rear wheels through a 6-speed automatic transmission with paddle shifters. The other half of the hybrid system is the forward-mounted electric motor. It chips in with an additional 129 HP and 184 pound-foot of torque and gets its juice from a 7.1 kilowatt/hour lithium-ion battery. It can be charged in 3.5 hours using 115 volts or 2 hours on 220 volts, and once fully charged it delivers an electric-only driving range of 24 kilometers, though I managed more than that every day of the test. The regenerative braking in an urban setting prolongs the initial charge, so getting upwards of 30 kilometers before the engine kicked in was not unusual. The powertrain has 3 distinctly different driving modes: Comfort, Eco Pro and Sport. Eco Pro pushes the quest for fuel economy to the maximum, but at the expense of the sharpness evident in Comfort. That one balances the need for economy with the desire for some semblance of performance. As such, it proved to be the best mode for everyday driving. Sliding the shift lever to the left of drive engaged Sport. It turns the i8 into a legitimate speedster. With both power sources working together, the i8 has a net system output of 357 horsepower and, more importantly, 420 pound-foot of torque. The plus here is the carbon fiber monocoque means the i8 has a curb weight of just 1,567 kilograms. This delivers a significantly better power-to-weight ratio, so the plug-in hybrid system, eDrive, has to do less work to deliver both fuel economy and a very swift turn of speed. The lightweight and power combine to give the i8 the wherewithal to run to 100 km an hour in 4.4 seconds, and it accomplishes the more important 80 to 120 km/h passing move in 3 seconds flat. Both are world-class times, but that's not the key here. The i8 delivered a test average fuel economy of 7.4 liters per 100 kilometers. Given the fact it was not BABIT and that half the amassed mileage was on the highway, this is something to celebrate. My gasoline bill for the i8 was less than many entry-level cars. The lightweight carbon fiber also helps in the quest for handling. The road-hugging center of gravity, a 50/50 front/rear weight distribution, and the all-wheel drive extension the powertrain adds delivers mean dynamics. The suspension uses double wishbones up front and a multiple links at the back with 2-stage adaptive dampers all round. In any mode except Sport, the suspension keys towards ride comfort. It is taut, but soft enough to take the sting out of a sharp expansion joint. In Sport, the dampers and steering firm up to bring a much sharper feel to the drive. When pushed, the i8 holds its line with the tenacity demanded of a supercar. The final parts of the dynamic equation are the brakes. As with all hybrids, the system is used for regenerative braking to top up the battery. In the i8's case, the brake pedal had a crisp feel and none of the deadness that defines so many hybrid pedals. Inside, the i8 is ringed with top-notch materials and includes everything, from GPS navigation to a 360-degree camera needed because the back-end design is not conducive to clean sight lines. The inclusion of a heads-up display made much of the information displayed in the dash redundant, which keeps the driver's eyes on the road all the time. On that note, the instrumentation changes according to mode: Comfort with a blue theme, Sport with a burnt orange aura. The nit to pick is a big one even with its hefty $164,600 price tag. Blind spot monitoring is conspicuous by its absence. It is also not a 2+2, it has some space behind the front seats in the form of two rear buckets, a term used very loosely. They only serve to augment the tight 184-liter trunk, as anything other than a briefcase or purse will not be happy. The key option on the i8 tested was the inclusion of BMW's laser light technology. These things impart a blue hue with a faint mauve tinge to the light. At night these things are, in a word, spectacular. They light the road ahead as though it's high noon and not a dark and dank night. In many respects, the BMW i8 was a car ahead of its time. The notion of a hybrid supercar was, and still is, somewhat alien. However, given its blend of performance, looks and fuel efficiency, the i8 makes so much sense. Yes, it takes time to learn how to enter and exit gracefully, but the reward is found in the fun of the drive. The intriguing proposition is the addition of the i8 Roadster. It will land next year and offer twice the electric-only driving range.